economy is growing and developing with jobs and investments and our students being educated. Many things are happening that we should be thankful for and should put us in a celebratory mood.
That was the Prime Minister's Press Secretary, Sion Marshall. This weekend, as SVG celebrates 44 years of independence, the Vibe Out events will continue. Thursday's event will take place at the Curtains Head Court, Barley. The grammar school playing field will be the home of Friday's festivities, but Bedell will have their own Vibe Out event on Saturday, and the final Vibe Out event will be on Sunday on Beckway. Vibe Out is a collaboration between the National Independence Committee and the Department of Sports, where five-a-side games of various sports take place across the country. Acting Commissioner of Police Enville Williams says that though crimes in SVG are trending downwards, he is concerned about an uptick in homicides. The commissioner, in his independence message, also expressed concern about the upsurge in the use of illegal firearms, especially in the commission of homicides and other offenses. He assured the public that the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is not sitting passively doing nothing to curb these unwelcome incidents. He made mention of the RSVGPF's Operation Tifos, taking illegal firearms off the streets. This operation, he says, has resulted in the seizure of 35 illegal firearms and 251 rounds of ammunition. Operation Tifos, according to Commissioner Williams, continues in 2023, and through it, the RSVGPF has seized 26 illegal firearms and 266 rounds of ammunition. Amongst these seized weapons were two AR-15 rifles with extra long magazines. The acting commissioner of police commended all of the officers who were involved in these operations. He gave the assurance that the RSVGPF will not relent until the nation's streets are free from these deadly weapons. Still on the local scene, the Lions Club St. Vincent South successfully staged another final of its annual public speaking competition on Tuesday, October 24th, 2023, at the Methodist Church Hall in Kingstown. The competition was closely contested, with 5 schools vying for the top spot as champion of public speaking in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Christian Joseph of the St. Vincent Grammar School took the top spot with a total of 421 points and took away the Michael de Freitas Challenge Trophy, which will remain with the school until next year's competition. He also walked away with the Best Main Speech and Best Student Prepared Presentation awards. The Kells High School, represented by Janelle Stowe, came in second with 374.5 points, while Rihanna Ross of Mountain View Adventist Academy took the third spot, scoring 365 points. Soren Phillips, representing the Thomas Saunders Secondary School, won the award for the Best Impromptu Speech and scored a total of 341.5 points. The top 3 winners received scholarships valued at $2,000, $1,500 respectively, and all participants received smartphones complements the title sponsor flow. The other finalists were Kavisha Richardson of the St. Joseph Convent Kingston, who attained 341 points, and Lisa Robertson, representing the Adelphi Secondary School, with 347.5 points. This year's topic was Unless Criminals' Proximity to Power is Reduced, Their Ill-Gotten Gains Confiscated, and a Culture of Lawfulness Fostered, and the level of crime will remain unacceptable levels. Last year's competition was won by Oscar Brown of the St. Martin's Secondary School. On to news in the region. A family in Guyana is mourning the death of a 1-year-old girl who passed away after suffering burn injuries during a house fire. The deceased has been identified as little Aziza Albert. She suffered a second and third-degree burns to about 80% of her body. 1-year-old Aziza Albert received little as she was transferred to the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation, where she subsequently succumbed to her injuries while being treated. According to the Guyana Fire Service, about 7 p.m. on Tuesday, a team from the Linden Fire Station responded to a fire at the Buckville squatting area with Linden. The structure involved a one flat wooden building and owned by Anika Hamey, which she occupied with her family of three. Reports indicate the fire started after a lit kerosene stove fell off a table and ignited nearby combustible materials. The building and its contents were destroyed, leaving its occupants homeless. The U.S. Coast Guard, following a 29-day patrol in the Central Caribbean and Florida Straits, disrupted illegal narcotic smuggling, interdicting more than 5,600 pounds of illicit drugs. A statement from the U.S. Coast Guard says during the patrol, the crew of the U.S. Coast Guard Cutter Vigilant interdicted 5 drug smuggling vessels and apprehended 8 suspected traffickers, contributing directly to U.S. Coast Guard objectives to combat transnational criminal organizations. In addition, 12 Cuban migrants were rescued in an unseaworthy vessel 120 nautical miles south of Cuba. Once aboard, the crew provided the migrants with food, water, shelter, and medical aid until they were repatriated. Finally, on the international scene, at least 27 people were killed by Hurricane Otis, which made landfall on Mexico's Pacific coast on Wednesday, officials say. 4 more people have been reported missing, the security secretary said. Acapulco was among the areas worst hit, with 80% of the resort's hotels damaged and streets flooded. The Mexican president traveled to the city by land and at one point had to get out of his car and walk as debris from a mudslide blocked the highway. With landlines and mobile phone coverage disrupted for more than 24 hours, it took officials until Thursday morning to release the death toll. The Ministry of Defense said 8,000 soldiers had been deployed to Acapulco and towns along the coast to help with the cleanup and provide residents with food and water. This has been WEFM's 3pm News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 5:30 for WEFM's Evening News, and we thank you for listening.